10 season here at the Coliseum comes to an end. The year started with a couple of walk-offs, peaked when the kid from Stockton shocked the world on Mother's Day, but more impressively, the Oakland faithful saw the emergence and confidence of some young starting pitchers who will be in the green and gold for years to come. One of those is all-star Trevor Cahill. The 17-game winner tallied 11 of those wins here in the East Bay and will take the hill one last time versus the Rangers. After today, the clubhouse doors close, but the Athletics' future looks bright as they look forward to a new year. The final home game of the 2010 season for the Athletics, and it's Dallas-Braden bobblehead. Pretty good giveaway on the final home game of the season. So the crowd enjoying the giveaway, and they're going to sit back and enjoy this afternoon's ball game. It's the Oakland A's and the Texas Rangers coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, the A's battled as long as they could, Ray, but we have to send out the congratulations to the Texas Rangers, who clinched the AL West yesterday with a good ball game. A's battled back, but in the end, it was the Rangers who won it 4-3.
And it was just a matter of time. With the lead they had since June, when the A's did not play so well during interleague play, you figured it was going to happen. Unfortunately, for the A's, it did happen here. But yesterday, how about this guy? He had not had an RBI or a home run since he joined the Texas Rangers. Jorge Cantu. He did both yesterday. An RBI and a home run. Cliff Pennington, this was the final out. Unfortunately for the Athletics, they had the tying run at second base with Hermida. Could not get him in, but congratulations to Ron Washington. Very deserving for him in his fourth season, his first postseason as a manager. Couldn't be happier for him.
Now, today the A's will send Trevor Cahill to the mound. All-star season, 17-7 in his record, Ray, but at home, he is 11-2 this year at the Coliseum. Sensational.
Well, let's hope he wins his 18th here, because it is the final game, his final start. Here he will have one more, but the curveball, everything about him this year has been outstanding, especially the ground ball outs. The strikeouts have come too, but for him to get the number of ground ball outs he has this season, 18 games in which he's had double figures in ground ball outs, that's going to help you win a lot of ball games. Let's hope it happens again this afternoon.
And 18, the number he'll be looking for, his 18th win this afternoon. It'll be Colby Lewis for the Texas Rangers. So a pair of right-handers as we wrap up the home schedule. We'll have lineups and first pitch from the Coliseum when we come back. A's and the Rangers this afternoon on Comcast Sportsnet, California.
by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Corona. Relax and refresh with Corona and Lime.
Nice hot. Is open this weekend. 83 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. So that warm spell that has hit the Bay Area continues today. So it's been a beautiful weekend weather-wise. Center fielder Julio Bourbon, second baseman Esteban Herman. Then it's David Murphy in left, Jeff Francoeur the DH, Chris Davis at first, Jorge Cantu at third, Mitch Moreland in right, Andres Blanco is the shortstop, and Taylor Teagarden is the catcher. A's starting defense brought to you by Black.
Coaching at first base for Texas, number 24, Gary Pettis. And at third base, number 16, Dave Anderson. Leading off for the Rangers and playing center field, number 29, Julio Bourbon.
Pennington takes care of Bourbon, and that is out number one.
Check out our keys to the game brought to you by Toyota. Yes, tip your big hat to the Texas Rangers. Ron Washington in his fourth season. He goes to postseason for the first time as a manager, winning the Western Division. Trevor Cahill, 11-2 at the Coliseum in 2010. Like to pick up his 12th and leave the East Bay on a winning note. A's, for the 32nd time, are at 500 mark. 77 and 77.
We're just not sure what that means either.
Well, the good news, they're 500. The bad news, they haven't increased it over the 500, where they don't keep just going back to that mark. The key is to not get below it, especially 8 games remaining. It'd be nice to play a little bit better than 500, the final 8, and be assured of finishing 500 and second place.
Esteban Herman is the hitter. Herman playing second base today. Nice crowd today for the home finale, and of course Dallas Braden bobblehead day. Some good giveaways. Wow. David Murphy will be next. There's a line drive. Ellis may have got a glove on it. Kind of a soft line drive, but Herman is going to have a base hit.
They're a very good two-striker, a 1-2 pitch. Left it up, and Herman has a batting average this year.
Left fielder, number 7.
Good job of hitting right back up the middle, and even wide wingspan of Trevor Cahill couldn't get it.
So Herman aboard, and here's Murphy. So the Rangers made the postseason in 96, 98, and 99. Of course, they had the terrific teams, lots of power. But you mentioned it, Ray. They got there. But the problem was what happened when they did get there. In those 3 series, the Texas Rangers went 1-9, and they played the Yankees each time.
Right.
So they really have not had a lot of success in the postseason in their 3 times there. And as you said, they hope it changes this year. And you know what? There's a decent chance they could face the Yankees again. Herman running, and he's going to be in there with a stolen base. Pitch was a ball, so the count is 3-0 to Murphy.
Well, the high leg kick, and Trevor Cahill really took a lot of time, maybe thinking he wanted to throw a strike on the 2-0, did not get it, and Herman had it stolen easily.
Pitch, and it's outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Murphy. Of course, everything's up in the air as far as who's going to sit where in the seedings in the American League, simply because of the Rays and the Yankees still battling for the top spot, and whoever doesn't win that will more than likely get the wild card. And the best record, very close, Rays, Twins, and Yankees, so nobody's quite sure who's going to be playing who.
Well, the best record has a home field advantage. First 2 rounds. Texas just happened to get there.
Francoeur, big swing, fouls it back.
Just to show you that you get a big lead, as the Rangers did in June. The end of June had as much as a 9-10 game lead. And you don't have to play great baseball. You don't have to play anything better than 500 baseball. And it forces the teams chasing you to play 750, 800 baseball, and that's just very hard to do.
Well, at the All-Star break, the A's were 7.5 out. And right now, they're 9 out. So they really, record-wise, the Rangers have only played maybe a game and a half better than the A's. But, again, 21-6 in the month of June, and that's the difference. Broken bat, and it loops over Ellis's head into right field. Herman digging around third. He will score. Jeff Francoeur with a broken bat, RBI single. So the Rangers take an early lead, 1-0.
Trevor, after a first pitch ground ball out, or this one the slider away from Francoeur, broke his bat. Chance for Mark Ellis, and the run scored. Ultra brought to you by the Evergood Sausage Company, and watch that bat just didn't completely break. Fortunately, right there it did on the back of Francoeur instead of the head of Kurt Suzuki.
That's good. Already seen one of those in this series.
Well, rarity. Not many games this year, especially at home, has Trevor Cahill given up a run in the first inning.
His ERA at home, 1.63. Changeup, and Davis swings and misses. So a couple of hits and a walk. With the Rangers on the board. So Cahill pitching today, and then one more time on the road trip. Amazing to think that he has a chance to be a 19-game winner. And let's not forget the date of his first major league start this year. It was April 30th. So he probably missed, I believe, 5 starts, right? Think about that.
Gave up 3 home runs to the Blue Jays in 5+ innings, 8 runs, 6 earned. The rest of the season, he's given up 2 home runs in the same game 5 times. Definitely reduced the home run total.
Good pitch there. Davis swings and misses. Just one of the many areas of improvement by Trevor Cahill. Not just small improvements, big improvements.
Good changeup. Took a lot off and a good movement. Started inside to Chris Davis, who, not surprising, strikes out a few times.
Once in a while. So here's the hero from yesterday's clinching game, Jorge Cantu. RBI single and then the big home run. And he's got another hit. He lines it to right field. Murphy is being held, and he's going to have to scramble back to third, and Suzuki knocks the ball down. Hermida charged it, and it was a very hard hit ball. I think Murphy was thinking, I'm going, because he was held up pretty late by Dave Anderson, the third base coach.
And Anderson came down the line, which really is a good idea from the coach's standpoint, because a very strong arm by Hermida. It was a short hop, difficult for Kurt Suzuki, but because of the way the ball was hit, see Anderson's legs on top of the screen, he'd come that far down the line, at least halfway. And as a base runner, you run hard until you're stopped. In the case of Murphy, he was able to not hurt himself by stopping.
So the base is loaded, 2 outs for Mitch Moreland. Moreland made his major league debut against the A's down in Texas as a first baseman.
Here's the ultra. Ooh, look at those legs, those thighs just taken. You better have strong legs and knees if you're doing that. It's great in ultra mode.
On to Moreland. Rolls over on that one. The count 0-2. Rangers are 86 and 68. They are wrapping up their road schedule here in 2010. They are 4-5 on this season-ending 10-game road trip. They've gone from Seattle to Anaheim and now here in Oakland, and they will head home. 3 with Seattle, 4 with the Angels, so they can get themselves ready for the postseason. Good pitch, strike 3 called. So a couple of strikeouts for Trevor Cahill, but a run on 3 hits for the Rangers as we head to the bottom of the first. A's lineup as we get set for the bottom of the first. Davis, Barton, Ellis, Cust, Suzuki, Kuzmanov, Hermida, Gross, and Pennington. Defensively for the Texas Rangers, Murphy, Davis, and Moreland in the outfield. Cantu at third today, then Blanco, Herman, Davis. Infield, Teagarden is the catcher, and Colby Lewis is the pitcher.
They talk about the great numbers for Trevor Cahill against the Rangers. For this young man, Colby Lewis, 31st start, 11-game winner, but he's not defeated the Athletics this year. It'll be a 6th start. He lost, no decision. He lost, no decision. He lost. So 3 losses against the A's this year.
Rajay Davis was after the first pitch, and Herman, the second baseman. Well, he hasn't been terrible against the A's. He's pitched okay, just not quite well enough to win.
Well, he lost 4-1, 3-1, and 8-2. That 8-2 was in Texas in the series finale. The A's won the series against them, and that was the 29th of August, following Dallas Braden's 5-hit shutout, or 5-0 4-hit shutout.
So that'll bring up Derek Barton. So 0-2 to Barton, hitting .273 with 8 homers and 51 runs batted in. Hey, the cheesehead.
Football guy already, huh? That's a good cheesehead there.
Cheesehead. Colby Lewis, we know about that pitch right there, right? The big curveball, and it's a good one.
93rd, second baseman, number 14.
Derek Barton swinging at a pitch out of the strike zone, and for him, that is uncharacteristic. That's a good looking lid.
Yeah.
Well, actually see a cap. Looks like a cheesehead.
You don't even want to know what you can get. I'm from Wisconsin, so I know these things, and there is a booklet that.
No.
Oh, Ray, you don't even want to know what you can get. You can obviously get the regular stuff. You can get the cheese tie. You can get cheese underwear. You can get a cheese bra. You can get anything you need.
Give me your hat.
I'm not lying to you. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you. You can get cheese shoes. You can get. It's a little weird, but
Well, I've got
a conversation piece for you.
got another word you can use instead of weird.
I'll let you think about it for a 2-minute break. All right, Ellis pops out. Oh, the old cheese hat. 1-0 Texas. It'll be Blanco, Teagarden, and Bourbon. Cahill gave up a run on 3 hits with a walk in the first inning. Also struck out a pair. So here's the switch hitter Blanco playing shortstop. He lines one to left field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Gross is able to cut it off and a short hop it. So a leadoff hit for Blanco.
Well, I think from the Ranger standpoint, there's some players playing that, again, bench players, and they're just going up with one thing in mind: see ball, hit ball, and everything's kind of done. There's no pressure. Don't have to worry about trying to get the clincher. They did it yesterday, and Ron Washington said his guys were dead set on doing it yesterday, especially when he got the lead. He brought his closer Feliz in the 8th inning.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
So it brings up that old baseball argument, which there's never going to be the correct answer for. But so you got 8 days. You're going to play meaningless games for 8 days. Do you lose your edge? And the advantage for the Rangers is they can set up their pitching rotation. So there's an advantage. And whether the lose your edge theory stands, I don't know. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you definitely lose an edge if you're not playing for anything, and you know that you have those games remaining just to get ready. It's like, you know, the analogy of get on a putting green and a pro-am 30-foot putt, and you just casually say, "I'll just putt it and make it." And all of a sudden, the next day you're playing for something. Sure. You know, all of a sudden, who knows how you feel on that same putt? But you know, you swing the bat differently when you're not really playing for anything. Some of the young guys, the bench players, playing to show them or show Ron Washington what they're capable of doing. And that would be for the future. But basically, the guys who are getting ready for postseason take today off, and I'm sure Wash will make sure they get the appropriate at-bats. At least they'll get a chance to play some games. That
runner goes. The ball bounced into center field for a base hit. Ellis on the dive could not come up with it. Blanco to third. First and third, nobody out. Teagarden just in a hard ground ball right up the middle.
Well, already in this game, Ron Washington with Esteban Herman running in the top of the first, and now Blanco running on this on a hit and run. Figure a ground ball pitcher. Might as well put the runners in motion, see if he can get some movement of the infielders, and so far that it's happened, especially with this one. Herman was a straight steal, made it. Like Bad Vlad just showed up for the day. Talking to Eric Nadell, the longtime broadcaster for the Rangers. At least I saw him and listened to him. I said, "What did you do last night?" And they had a little party, which is understandable. I said, "You got a voice, you got to get ready."
Well, day game, so you have the night to celebrate. I'm sure the Rangers did. Grounded toward the shortstop, Pennington. Out at second and safe at first. The run comes in to score. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Bourbon and an RBI, and it's 2-0 Texas. So RBI number 39 for Bourbon.
As good as Pennington and Ellis are, this is going to be tough to double up the very speedy Bourbon. Really no chance as soon as the ball was hit, especially slicing away a little bit to the right of Pennington.
So 1 out for Esteban Herman, who singled and scored in the first inning. So getting back to the having a week off for the playoffs. So you buy into the theory then, if you're a team that's battling right down to the final weekend, maybe a lot of times that happens with a wild card team, that is an advantage for you if you are that team.
I think it is, and going to the playoffs, they talk about trying to rest, but I don't know that when you get to this time of the year and you're playing for something, rest is the last thing you need. You're playing a lot on adrenaline, motion, and you're doing things that you wouldn't dream about doing. But it's a matter of between the ears and how you're thinking about the approach. And I know I'm playing on both losers and winners. You play on a loser, you can't wait for the season to end. You're tired, but you're mentally tired. it affects your physical ability to play the game, but you win, you can't wait to come to the park. And when the season's over, you can't believe it's over.
Yeah, I've talked to players who played in pennant races right down to the end, and they said when the season ends and you lose, or obviously if you don't win the World Series, you lose, and there's so much adrenaline in September and then into the playoffs. When you lose, the next day your body just goes,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And you're so tired,
yeah.
and it lasts for a while.
Exactly.
Two and two to Herman. Bone takes off, and the pitch is fisted foul.
How about the Colorado Rockies in 2007? Tremendous September. One-game playoff for the Padres. Won the Division Series, League Championship. They won so quickly with that momentum, they had a week off.
In the first two rounds of the playoffs.
And by the time they had the week off before the World Series, there's no way they could have played anything meaningful at that time.
Bounce to third. Kuzmanov, short hop, throws in time for out number 2.
And it really showed by the time they did play the Red Sox. It's like they forgot how to play. It's like starting day one of spring training after having a winter off. A week is a long time when you're playing every day starting the 1st of April.
And if ever there was a team that wanted to keep playing,
oh yeah,
because they were so hot.
That's right. And you want to win, you want to get there, but then they just, I thought Tony La Russa did a great job in the '89 Earthquake World Series, where actually flew to Arizona, and just to try to change things, but try to do something and play for 10 days, knowing that you got to resume play in a critical time. Fortunately, at the time, had a 2-game lead in the World Series.
Yeah, 10 days is that's
forever. Different circumstances, but you have the week off. Suzuki continued to do his job behind the plate, blocking the ball in the dirt.
Murphy walked in the first. Changeup on the outside corner, 1-1 the count.
I will say this: it's a nice problem to have if you're a manager in an organization. You haven't been there in a while, and Ron Washington, I'm sure, will figure out a way, and his players will figure it out. And all it takes, we said Friday, is get hot at the right time.
There's a base hit to left field. Bourbon wheeling around third. Throw to the plate is just a bit late off of Suzuki's glove. Murphy to second, and it's 3-0 Texas.
Trevor Cahill's getting the ground balls, but unfortunately for him and the Athletics, they're finding a hole. Good fastball, maybe the off-speed pitch allowed Murphy to stay back a little bit longer, and as a result, ball into left field.
Murphy gets his 60th RBI. Goes to second on the throw. Here's Frank Coeur. 6 hits for the Rangers in the first 2 innings. And this off a guy who's the toughest guy to get hits against in the American League. The league hitting .210 against Trevor Cahill coming into today's start. Frank Coeur, big swing and a miss. All 3 of those other guys having very fine seasons. Cahill as good as anybody. Shot to center. Rajay Davis goes back, and he's got it. Side retired. 2 runs on 3 hits. Bottom of the second coming up. It's the Rangers 3 and the A's nothing. occurs May 11th of this year. Eric Chavez, home run off Colby Lewis. That was in Arlington. Home run this season. And was it his last as an Athletic? It's possible. That was May 11th of this year. When you've got a giant appetite, it's got to be Nations. Rangers with a 3-0 lead. Bottom of the second. It'll be Cust, Suzuki, and Kuzmanov. Lewis, 3 up, 3 down, first inning with a strikeout.
We thank the people at Nations Friday for the nice cheeseburgers they sent up.
Terrific.
On our radio only yesterday, they delivered a nice pie.
Ooh.
Sorry you weren't here. So thanks to the good folks at Nations for their delicious food. We always hear about the great burgers, but desserts are there as well.
Huh. How was it?
Great. Thought about you.
Did you save me a piece?
Of course.
Where is it?
Okay. After we have Peggy Lindsay's upside down cake.
Yeah.
Pineapple
upside down cake from Dallas Braden's grandma. She said she wanted to end the season on the right way. I think she's done it. So you saw the home run by Eric Chavez early this year. The career numbers, 230 home runs, 6 career Gold Gloves. And whatever Eric does in the future, whether he tries to play more or not, we wish him the best of luck. He was a terrific player here.
Yes, he was, and it's too bad from a player standpoint to play years without having a surgery, and then all of a sudden you have one. And it's like Resh Givandi says, well, you've had one part, let's do some more. And that's exactly what happened with Xavi. Shoulder, back. It's too bad because he could have had a 15, 20-year career if he had stayed healthy. And he might have passed the great Brooks Robinson as far as the number of Gold Gloves as a third baseman. 16 by Brookson. Some of my balls I hit down there helped him.
Yeah. One and two now to Kurt Suzuki.
I think Xavi, though, and maybe will take time until the kids are raised, but I think somehow, some way, he'll stay in the game. He talked about doing some TV work, part-time basis, but I think he's got a lot to offer.
Line drive, and that's a base hit for Suzuki. So the A's have their first hit.
A 2-strike pitch, a little slider from Colby Lewis, Kurt Suzuki, and our Ultramo. We've enjoyed having Ultramo this season, and we hope to continue on Comcast Sportsnet California in high definition. Again, there's nothing better than to see the Ultramo.
That's pretty cool.
In HD. I mean, that's got to be spectacular.
So here's Kevin Kuzmanov. Kuzmanov hits one to right, hits it well. Mitch Moreland back, and he's going to watch it bounce off the base of the wall. Picks it up quickly and gets it back in. Suzuki stops at third. Kuzmanov with a double.
Well, if you're a base runner, all you have to do is watch the outfield. In the case of Moreland, he turned his back, and that's an indication he was not going to catch the ball. And Kevin Kuzmanov hit it so hard he had to hustle to get into second base safely. Right there, turned it on, realizing Moreland was not going to catch it. Kurt Suzuki, all he had to do was pick up Mike Gallego at third. The ball came back hard and quickly to Moreland, but still no chance to get either runner.
Second and third, one out, and the A's have a hot hitter in the batter's box. It's Jeremy Hermida.
I thought yesterday when Hermida was hitting the ninth inning, got a gift double, a little confusion right center. Donnie Feliz on the mound, one out. Was awarded the double on a misplayed ball. The A's could not get him in to at least tie the game.
Hermida has 5 consecutive hits. The lone at bat yesterday that Ray's talking about. Then on Friday he was 4 for 4. 2-0 pitch. And that's a strike.
That's questionable as far as location, but from Jeremy Jimenez's standpoint, the way he opened up, he was thinking maybe a 3-run home run to tie the game. Talking to Sam Holbrook, the home plate umpire. But that's a good one to lay off. Outside, if he had swung and made contact, probably would have been a ground ball. Get greedy. Go for the extra base hit, or at least a single to bring in both runs.
Pokes that one foul, and the count is now even at 2-2. Tapper foul as Lewis with that curveball. It's a pretty good view, huh, Ray?
Yes, it is.
Out of town scoreboard out in the field.
They can catch a souvenir. All carried very well yesterday.
This one's popped up, and that's not going to get it done. Chris Davis, foul territory, has it. And Hermida is retired for out number 2.
Batting in the 8th position, left fielder, number 18, Gabe.
So Gabe Gross will try to get it done. Gabe Gross, 235 with a homer and 23 runs batted in. Gross not in the starting lineup yesterday, but he had been the 3 previous games. So 4 starts in 5 games for Gabe Gross after going 24 games without being in the lineup.
He actually got as far as the on-deck circle yesterday, was announced, and then brought back when Ron Washington made a pitching change.
Swing there by Gross, fouls it straight back. Suzuki at third, Kuzmanov at second, and the pitch is a fastball inside. Now 3-1.
You think sometimes the way a catcher catches a ball, that pitch didn't look like he's that bad, but the way Teagarden caught it ends up just taking it all over the place. And not just Teagarden, a lot of catchers catch balls. It's almost like they're not strong enough to hold the catcher's mitt and hold the ball firmly when they catch it. These guys are strong anyway, but it's just sometimes the way they catch it seems to take it out of the strike zone.
Ball pops past Teagarden, but he scrambles after it. Suzuki stays at third on the walk to Gabe Gross.
Well, Rajay Davis, of course, a little bit more speed. That ball hit the shin guard of Sam Holbrook, and that kept the ball close enough. Matter of fact, Teagarden did not see it. He knew he had missed it, probably thinking about going back to backstop. But because it hit the shin guard of the umpire, stayed close enough to Teagarden.
So big shot for the A's with the bases loaded and Pennington coming up. Pennington, the 2-run homer yesterday to tie the game late. Bounces this one to the right side. Herman to first. Side retired. A's leave him loaded. And we go to the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 Texas. Glenn and Ray question. Alex from Campbell asked, do you think Cahill will win the Cy Young?
We'd like to see him win it.
Well, we'd like him to. Do we think he will? Do I think he will? No, but I think he'll be in the top 3 or 4 when it comes to the voting is all added up.
Well, he needs to put up some hitless and shutout innings the rest of the way here.
That would help.
That would definitely help, because right now he's probably struggling more in this game than he has in several.
Well, these are the guys we think have the best chance. Buchholz, terrific year. Price, Sabathia, and Cahill. So, if you had to pick a guy, I'd probably have to pick Sabathia.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree, but you know, there's another guy just won his 19th yesterday, John Lester.
Yep. I was just thinking that. He's had a great last 3 or 4 starts, right?
I don't know exactly what his ERA is, but his 19th is he.
2.96, and Lester 19-8 after that win yesterday. So maybe another candidate to toss in there. Again, there's not that surefire guy like sometimes you have, but it's the same thing with the MVP, which we've talked about, and where Josh Hamilton fits in the mix. Not a surefire guy there either. Pennington leaps and he cannot quite get it, and Babe Cantu gets another hit.
I think with CC Sabathia winning his 20th, and last year when he won 19, there was not a 20-game winner in either league. He had 2 pitchers with very low ERAs. The breaking ball hit by Cantu. So a couple of big hits yesterday and 2 to start today. But Pennington timed it perfectly. A ball hit off the end of the bat by Cantu, but could not jump high enough to get it. But I think with the pitching staff for the Yankees, with Andy Pettitte injured, he has come back. The way CC has pitched and pitched well, especially that home record, phenomenal, winning at home, and the importance of his starts and wins for the Yankees, the fact that he has 120, got to be the top consideration.
Very high to right field. Hermita's back. He's near the wall, and he will watch it go, and that's a home run. Lands on top of the ledge on the scoreboard, and Mitch Moreland has made it 5-0. It just got over the yellow line, and you can hear it land on that ledge that's about maybe 3 feet wide.
As I mentioned, the ball is carrying well. That's that 2-seamer that got a strikeout. Actually struck out Moreland on the fastball. This same pitch, his first at bat, came back, elevated it. And to be very honest, of the 27 he gave up last year, a lot of those home runs came on that exact pitch where he started the inside instead of the ball breaking down. It stayed flat, and he fooled Moreland the first time, did not fool him this time, and a 2-run home run for it.
That is the Rangers' 5th home run in this series. So here's Andres Blanco. Getting back to that Cy Young, I think with Sabathia, obviously they have a very good offense. He's won 20 games, but it's not like he's won 20 with an ERA of 4.5. I mean, his ERA is very good. It's 3.26.
For a while, Gaylord Perry was the only one to win among the American League Net National League. CC Sabathia pitched well enough in Milwaukee, although it was half a year. He was traded over there, did not win it. Won it in the American League. And has a chance to duplicate that in same league, different team.
It's going to be a base hit to left field right in front of Gabe Gross. That is 9 hits for the Rangers in this game. So when Gaylord won his with the Indians, what did he say to you? Did he thank you? Did he shake your hand? I mean, he was a tough guy, right? He wasn't going to throw compliments out there too quick.
You know, he was so complimentary. Now, Here's the interesting is not only Kurt Young going out, but Bob Guerin and Steve Sales, the head athletic trainer. I guess if you've pitched so well all season and you look up in the third inning, you've given up 9 hits and 5 runs,
makes you scratch
you
your
got to figure something's wrong. Knowing Trevor, he's probably saying, I'm all right. I'm just making bad pitches. Yeah. Sometimes if you're just honest, but definitely don't want to take any chances. But he seemed to be pretty emphatic saying he was okay. But he is looking his pitches up.
Yeah.
Something we have not seen. But Mazzaro got a scare. Finally realized Mazzaro's still on the club.
Yes, he is. So it looks like Cahill is okay. And Taylor Teagarden will be the hitter. Teagarden had a base hit in the second inning and a ground ball up the middle. And there's a line drive down the left field line. Gross over to cut it off. Blanco will go to third, and Teagarden turns around, heads back to first. So the hits just keep coming for the Texas Rangers. 4 more in this inning.
Well, look at the location again. This pitch up, flat,
Number 29,
and Ultra-Mo, a very good pitch to hit. Actually, whether it's Ultra-Mo or real Mo, doesn't matter. It's a good pitch to hit.
We don't need Ultra-Mo to tell you that it's not a good located pitch. Zero will start to throw now. Breaking ball in for a strike to the leadoff man, Julio Borbon. 1 out here in the top of the third. Mitch Moreland with a 2-run homer for runs 4 and 5 for the Rangers.
First time this year, Trevor Cahill's given up 10 hits in a game, and he's done it in 2+ innings. 2 in the third innings. He gave up 9 to the Yankees in 4+ innings, 8 earned runs, so he's on pace to match that game.
Borbon towards center field, and that's going to drop. Run's going to come in to score. Play at second, and just getting there is Teagarden. But it's another hit and an RBI for Borbon, and it's 6-0. Borbon just kind of hacked at it. Kind of chopped at it, but it worked.
Number 6, Esteban Herman.
That's a swing of looseness. Swing of, let's just throw the bat at the ball. Ajay hurrying. For some reason, Teagarden has been slow getting to the bag.
Here's Esteban Herman. 6-0 Texas. The first pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Well, after the Rangers clinched it yesterday, the one thing the A's do not want to do in their final 8 games is do what they did last year, and that's close out the season losing every game.
Is it 7 in a row?
Yeah.
Herman, a single and a ground out. Scored a run in the first. Curveball hung up there. Herman missed it. Sinker runs down and into Herman. Five hits in the inning for Texas and 3 runs. Swing and a miss, and Vermont goes after a pitch that was down. And that is strikeout number 3.
Hey, you're asking about Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
When he won the Cy Young Award. Sinker from Trevor down and in out of the strike zone. But when Gaylord was traded to the A's, he was a player rep for San Francisco, and I was with the Indians. I saw him in Acapulco at the winter meetings. And first of all, he said, "Can you catch it?" And then he told me in spring training, he said, "I don't know the American League. He's been in the National League the whole career. I don't know the American League." He says, "I'm going to depend on you." He's made 40 starts, 24 and 16, Cy Young Award. When he accepted his award, he said, "I could not have done it without my catcher."
That's great.
And I was flabbergasted, because here's a guy who wins the most prestigious award for a pitcher. And he said that. And then Cleveland Indians had a kind of an MVP Man of the Year award. He was given that, about 500 in a big function in Cleveland. Phil Segui, late Phil Segui was general manager at Gaylord, said, "Phil, I don't know what he's asking for, but give it to him plus."
Wow.
So that was, he was my agent.
Yeah.
But no, Gaylord was, he was a competitor, probably the most fierce competitor from a pitcher standpoint that I've ever seen. But he loved to pitch. He would get upset if you made an error behind him, because he felt he was giving 100%, and he expected you to do the same. And
Clark takes care of it to the bag. Beats Murphy there. Side retired. 3 runs for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. 6-0 Texas. Question brought to you by AT&T. Who are the 4 pitchers in Rangers history to have 200 or more strikeouts in a season? Colby Lewis, let's see, he's got 1 today, so he's got 187. So he's got an outside shot to get to 200. He'll have 1 more start.
Think of 3 Hall of Famers with the Texas Rangers as a hint. I can think of immediately who probably in that category.
Sure.
One of them has the all-time record for most strikeouts.
So
got
I would imagine
5,000th career strikeout against the A's and Ricky Henderson.
That is a base hit by Rajay Davis. So the A's got some work to do, trailing 6-0 as the bottom of the 3rd starts with a Davis single.
Now riding number 10, Derek Barton.
A little bit off the end of the bat.
First base.
You knew who that is, right? Young man announcing the Tyler Johnston news. Steve Johnston.
Steve Johnston's son?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Steve.
That's right. You've
The lawyer for the Athletics is what we'll call it.
legal counsel.
Legal counsel.
Not just a lawyer, legal counsel.
That's right. There's a lot more to it than just that. Steve's a good man. He's a youngster. Announcing the lineups today. Oh, 1-1 to Derek Barton. Talked to Steve in the lunchroom. His son was sitting there. He said, "Yeah, he's ready to go. He's kind of happy that Iwamura's not in there." Ed, you know what? I said, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about." That's nothing against Iwamura, but it's a name that you got to slow down a little bit so you don't screw it all up. Or at least I do.
Dick Callahan, a great public address announcer for the Age, just says Aki.
Aki Iwamura.
Aki Iwamura. Late great Bob Shepard's, one of the favorite names for him was Shigetoshi Hashikawa.
He couldn't wait for him to come in the game out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
2-1 to Barton. And now it's 2-2. Drums rolling today. Barton slaps one foul just over the top of the A's dugout. Barton struck out swinging in the first inning, the only strikeout for Colby Lewis today. On the left field line, and that is a foul ball.
I'm glad it was foul because the way Murphy was playing, Derek Barton probably would have caught the ball. Yesterday afternoon, interesting defensive alignment, especially Nelson Cruz in left field. This ball just kept slicing and he had a string keeping it, his head attached to his head. And Nelson Cruz playing way over in left center, robbed a couple of guys of extra base hits. Positioned himself, giving up the left field line.
Big time, you're right. And center fielder Bourbon quite a ways into left center field. There's a shot, center field, Bourbon right there. He's got it. Throwing back to first as Davis was on the run, and he is safe. When Davis took off,
well, hit very hard by Derek Barton and Rajay Davis. He took a while to slow down. And then back in the first base on a feet first slide. Hurrying, and the foot pulled off just barely. First base, that was Davis. Throw a little bit offline. If it's an accurate throw, Rajay Davis is doubled off. Oh, there's a great shot. What a great camera shot. Give that. That's an Emmy Award winner right there.
And a good call.
Sheriff, nice shot. Right between Todd Stevenson and the first base umpire and the foot, about 4 inches off the bag.
Breaking ball in for a strike to Mark Ellis, who popped out in the first inning. This time a fastball in for a strike. So a quick 0-2 to Ellis. So we end the home season with a gorgeous afternoon, nice and hot. But as we know, Ray, you know better than anybody, it's usually pretty nice and warm here during the day. At night, it cools off.
It's very comfortable. Get out. Most areas don't have air conditioning. Homes don't have AC. Just
built in. We got it built in. Davis led off the inning with a base hit. Curveball, and it's blocked by Teagard, so the count even at 2-2. Ellis is 5 for 13 in the series, so he continues his very strong month of September. Bounce towards short, out at second, and that's a double play. So Ellis, a hard hit ball, and it turns into a 6-4-3 double play. We're headed to the fourth, 6-0 Texas. Brought to you by AT&T. Who are the 4 pitchers in Rangers history to have 200 or more strikeouts in a season? Nolan Ryan, 3 times. Fergie Jenkins, Charlie Huff, and Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt, he was an A for a while. Kobe Lewis, he'll have to work a little bit to get to 200 this year, but he will end up being very close. Top of the 4th inning, 6-0. The Rangers lead. Trevor Cahill faces Francoeur, Davis, and Cantu. Francoeur's an interesting story, right? A couple of years ago, well, he was one of the better young players in the National League with the Atlanta Braves. He got a terrific arm in right field, good power, strikes out a lot, but he was one of the Braves' core players, but then started to struggle a little bit. He got traded to New York.
But even before he was traded, wasn't he sent down to AAA, which was a shock?
So, yeah.
The years he had, and all of a sudden he's back down to AAA.
He hits that one high to left and deep. Gabe Gross looking up, and that baby is gone. Francoeur homers. 7-0 Texas. Another pitch that just kind of hung up there, and Francoeur did not miss it.
Well, location, hanging breaking ball, and you see that, and the power of these guys.
Now batting, number 19, Chris Davis.
She's okay. So that'll bring up Chris Davis.
Two more home runs, and that's 19 for Cahill, given up this year.
It's hard to bark when he takes care of Davis. So one out here in the 4th inning.
Now batting, number 8, Jorge Cantu.
Jorge Cantu steps in. Cantu, 2 more singles today with the run scored. .75 pitches for Trevor Cahill. And obviously wouldn't be surprised if we said this is the worst outing he's had this year. Big swing and a miss by Cantu. 2-1.
Trevor, last start will be in Seattle Friday. I think same for Gio Gonzalez, who yesterday gave up just 2 runs, 6 innings, but a no decision thanks to the home run by Cliff Pennington. Just try to make that last start a memorable one going into the offseason. These guys have pitched well and get up the number of innings, number of starts. Trevor in his 2nd year, and even though he missed April, except for 1 start, still a long, grueling 5 months. These guys are only going to get better, too, as far as the development of their strength and ability to throw 200+ innings consistently.
Cahill right on the edge of 190 innings. Cahill grabs that one, a nice play. So that is out number 2. So before it's all said and done, he's going to have a few 200 inning seasons under his belt. Here's Mitch Moreland, who hit a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. Before that, Moreland struck out in the 1st. That one's drilled to right. Bermuda's back, and he's going to get there, and he makes the catch. Side, retired. Jeff Francoeur with the leadoff homer. It's 7-0. I'm not really smiling right now. Kevin seems to be smiling a lot lately, right? And there's the reason. I love the ball boy. And that is Jackie. That's the young lady who received the baseball from Kevin. Toward left field, and Murphy fighting that wind a little bit. He has it. So Jack Custer's retired. So we just wanted to update you on the ballpark romance between Kevin and the young lady on the left. What a year for Kev.
Now batting, catcher, number 8.
I think it can make the top 5 in our poll question as far as the most interesting things that have happened this year.
Don't get us started on that.
I know.
Oh, and 1 to Kurt Suzuki, who had a base hit in the second inning. And now it's 0-2 on the foul tip.
Kurt swung that time like he's trying to get to home run number 13 because it's been a while. He's been sitting on number 12. Looks like Ben Mazzaro's got to come in to pitch the 5th inning. But what a month, not a year, for Troy Tulowitzki. 15 home runs, 40 RBI.
In a month.
In a month.
And there's still a week left.
Yeah, still at least in this month there's 4 more games left. 5 games actually, counting today. They're being shut out in Colorado by the Giants. But Babe Ruth hit 17 in the month of September. He's surpassed the record for the most runs batted in. The guy's just thinking about hitting a home run. He's getting some front teeth.
40 RBIs, 15 homers. On the ground, Cantu on the backhand, picks it up, throws in time.
Fans, remember to keep up with all the latest news from the team during the entire offseason online. Connect with the A's now on Facebook and Twitter at oaklandathletics.com/connect. The entire offseason online. Keep connected. Does that mean you can tweet? Is that what they do when they...
I guess. I'm not into that whole thing.
Twitter?
I just like to keep it simple and go to oaklandathletics.com.
That's what I thought I was going to be reading, but I got fooled since I looked at it for the first time.
Oh, and 1 to Kuzminov. Kuzminov hit a double over the right fielder Moreland's head, and that was in the second inning. He's had a good opportunity in that second. Second and third, 1 out. Did not score. They had the bases loaded, 2 outs, and did not score. There's a shot to center, hit well. The Bourbon is there. Side retired. 5 in a row retired by Colby Lewis, and we're headed to the 5th. It'll be Blanco, Teagard, and Bourbon. an analytical product being used by baseball clubs. There's also a product for fans. Improve your fantasy play or track your favorite players and teams. Go to BloombergSports.com for details. Top of the 5th inning. All Rangers so far as they lead in the game 7-0. We got a new pitcher, so when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts as Vic Mazzaro takes over for Trevor Cahill. So Cahill knocked around today.
Yeah, Kite last year, 32 starts for Trevor Cahill. July the 27th, gave up 10 hits to the Red Sox at Fenway Park. And this afternoon, in his 29th start, he gives up 12 hits. So only 2 times in his 2-year Major League career has he been in double figures in hits. And today, probably the most disappointing just because of the location of his pitches. Probably get to see the new guy, Ben Mazzaro.
The new guy.
New guy, just the little offense. Things might be different for him. So, try to pitch in relief today as he did at the beginning of the season when he came up. And try to show what he can do.
Rajay Davis comes in. He's got it.
Now's the time to secure a 2011 A's ticket plan by placing $150 per seat deposit on a 2011 ticket plan. You will receive an authentic A's jersey of the player of your choice. There are a limited number of jerseys available for this promotion. Get more information online at OaklandAthletics.com. OaklandAthletics.com.
Yeah, that's the place I'm going to.
Call 510-638-GO-A's
for my information. Life of a catcher. Watch this. Watch the backswing by Blanco.
He's inside, and the follow through on the left hand.
Outside corner strike. T-guard.
He's got the protection of his helmet and mask, chest protector, but not on his left wrist.
Hermida and Davis coming together, and it's going to be Jeremy Hermida who takes care of T-guard. Out number 2.
Now batting, number 29.
So top of the order, and Julio Bourbon, who's had a very good afternoon. A couple of RBIs, scored a run. He's been on base twice with a single, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Bourbone's 4th at bat in 5 innings. So Cahill ends up, as Ray said, the 12 hits, 7 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts in his 4 innings of work. Angels with a 3-2 lead over the White Sox. That game in the 7th inning. And he's trying to hold on to second place as they have a 2-game lead over the Angels. Bourbon takes strike 3 called on the inside corner. So Mazzaro with a 3 up, 3 down, 5th inning. To wrap up your sports weekend, tune in Sunday Night Wrap. That's tonight at 9 o'clock. Comcast Sportsnet, California. Gary and Tony together on TV for the first time. Radnich, Bruno, sports knowledge, they're full of it. Bottom of the fifth inning, the Rangers lead 7-0. It'll be Hermida, Gross, and Pennington. These have 3 hits against Colby Lewis. He has walked 1, he has struck out 1. He's retired 5 in a row.
Well, the Rangers have clinched, but from Colby Lewis' standpoint, the fact that he is 0-3 against the A's this year and 6th start, probably would like to finish on a positive note as he has a couple of under 500.
Yeah, that may be the biggest one of all.
11-13.
2 more starts, this one and one next week. Hermida fouled out to the first baseman in the second inning. He did that with runners on second and third and 1 out. So on a 1-2 pitch, Hermida strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Lewis.
Got to keep the shutout going. Probably the biggest at bat was that of Hermida when Lewis got him to pop up foul with runners at second and third. Back in the second inning, the A's would eventually load the bases, but nothing against Lewis. Run support, that is.
Want to know to Gabe Gross, who walked in the second inning. Pennington waits in the on-deck circle. Good swing there by Gabe Gross on the 2-0 pitch. Game tonight will be the Red Sox and the Yankees. The Red Sox are trying to make it interesting a little bit. Boston is 5.5 behind New York in the wild card. Murphy getting back, still going back, and it's over his head. Bounces off the wall, and Gabe Gross will have a double. So that's hit number 4 for the Athletics.
Well, that's one of the best things about Gabe Gross. And of course, he waits, patient hitter, and opposite field power. And he surprised Murphy a little bit as it shot over his head and then carried him back towards the infield. Gabe Gross has had a good year when he has played on a little bit of consistent basis, which he did back in Detroit. Excellent defensive plays coming through offensively. But as Jim Scanlon, the A's hitting coach, has said throughout the season, whether he's playing or not, consummate pro, is cheering for his teammates. Of course, would prefer to be at second base for the double instead of being a cheerleader. All guys would prefer that.
The A's would like to get on the board against Colby Lewis. Now the Rays in that AL East, the Rays lost today. 6-2 to the Seattle Mariners. So right now the Rays lead is 1 because of the Rays loss, and the Yankees and the Red Sox playing tonight. Now the Yankees will have, after tonight, they'll have 6 games left, 3 at Toronto and then 3 at Boston. So they have to go to Boston next weekend. The Rays will have 7 games left after today. 3 versus Baltimore at home and then 4 at Kansas City. curveball on 0-2, and Pennington swings and misses. So there's that good overhand curve by Colby Lewis, and he gets his 3rd strikeout.
Well, it's his go-to pitch, especially with 2 strikes. A good curveball, whether it's to righties or lefties, and right over the top. Great rotation, and you get the downward motion. Movement on the curveball. You know, you pick it up as a hitter. Tough to stay on it. You hope for a hanger, but that was a pretty good one.
Outside to Rajai Davis, who had a base hit leading off the 3rd inning as he raced on a double play. Davis popped out to the second baseman in the 1st inning. Fastball and a swing and a miss. This will be pitch number 75 for Colby Lewis. This is away. Up the middle, and that's a base hit into center field. And that's going to get a run home. And the A's are on the board at 7-1. So Rajai Davis with the RBI single.
Yeah, good way to start a comeback. 2-out run scoring hit. Colby Lewis left the fastball up. Rajai Davis, good job getting on top of the ball and driving it to center. And with 2 outs, it was scoring easily. There's a great swing by Rajai. And again, location up. And that's what we saw a lot of today with Trevor Cahill pitching.
So Barton steps in. Barton is 0 for 2. He rips one foul toward the Rangers bullpen. So 1-1 the count. Barton with a strikeout in the 1st and a line drive out to the center fielder in the 3rd.
Rajai's anxious to steal, even though down 6 runs. Try to get in scoring position where he could be driven in by Derek Barton with a single, but Derek's very aggressive at this at bat. Maybe he's thinking more of just than a single.
Rajai stole the base in yesterday's game, his 47th of the year. Rolled foul. So 47 steals this year for Rajai Davis, 41 last year.
He's back. Ricky's back, and Rajai, of course, every chance he gets, he visits and talks to Ricky Henderson about stealing bases. But Ricky would say, get in that low crouch.
Get down.
See, Rajai can do something that Ricky really didn't do a lot of, and that's bunt. Drag bunt for base hit, push the ball. That's what really made Ricky unbelievable, that with his speed, never really took advantage of the speed with regard to bunting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you bunt, the ball hits the plate, comes straight up and hits you in the face, then swing the bat. Don't take a chance.
Three and two now to Barton. Also hit almost 300 career home runs.
Yes.
Good power. Three-two. Runner going, and the ball's bounced foul. White Sox have taken the lead over the Angels 4-3 in the 7th inning. Will be in Anaheim tomorrow night for the first of that 3-game series. Brett Anderson, Irvin Santana. Strike 3 call with a fastball right on the outside corner. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Colby Lewis, and we're headed to the 6th. It'll be Lamont, Murphy, and Francoeur. A's are on the board. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cash Creek's Cash Perfect 10 giveaway. From now until October 10th, thousands will win cash and prizes. Every day, visit cashcreek.com for details. So the Rangers with a 7-1 lead over the A's, top of the 7th inning. This is also the rubber game of the season series between these two teams.
How we doing?
Good.
Especially with this score.
A's have won 9. Rangers have won 9.
Well, definitely be something for the A's to shoot for next year. And again, the 500 mark is something they would like to finish on, whether it's to the 500 mark for the 35th time or 32 starting today. And A's have to come back to avoid dropping below 500 again.
A's are 47-33 at home. It's a pretty good home record. They're 30-44 on the road. So that's probably another area, right? You play a little bit better on the road. You can be close to 500 on the road. But they've played pretty good baseball at home. 47 wins.
As we know, at this level, all teams, all players are good, but just 2 road trips stand out, both going to Minneapolis. And the first one from Seattle to Minnesota, 1-5. The second one, although it turned out to be a 500 trip, winning 2 or 3 in Minnesota, but lost 2 or 3 to Kansas City. So I guess there are certain teams you think you should beat and beat consistently if you have good enough pitching. But in the game that Trevor Cahill pitched against Kansas City, gave up 6 runs.
Now batting Number 7, David Murphy.
The interleague road trip was tough as well.
Yeah.
He's to Chicago and St. Louis.
And starting
did not play great.
Starting in San Francisco.
And they
that
lost
9-game
3,
swing stretch of National League parks.
That one's hit high to center field and deep. Rajay Davis at the wall, stumbles a little bit, leaps, and it is gone. Rajay Davis just missed it, and it's a home run for David Murphy, a 2-run shot.
It looked like Rajay initially lost the ball. Found it and then thought he had a chance to jump and catch it. But after the walk, fastball, maybe a little bit out of the strike zone, but Murphy very aggressively going after it. And again, type of day that you'd like to be a hitter, get the ball elevated. Rajay came that close to making a spectacular catch. How close in Ultramo? Just off or just beyond the tip of his glove.
And you never know, Ray, if he doesn't stumble a little bit, maybe he gets back there just a shade quicker and can time his leap a little bit better. And he just stumbled as he was getting closer to the wall. Although he did get a pretty good leap on that one. So that is the 3rd home run hit in this game by the Texas Rangers and the 7th in the series. So they have used the long ball. Francoeur has a home run. Solo shot in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Francoeur strikes out. So out number 1 here in the top of the 6th.
Well, this is what Vinny likes to do consistently, keep the ball down. He elevated the pitch to Murphy after the walk to Herman.
Number 19, Chris Davis.
Talk about hitters are good low ball hitters, but they're much better with fastballs that are up. Waist high. Just seem to be able to get under the ball and drive them.
Middle, but playing right there is Pennington. And he throws out Davis. So a shift was on for Chris Davis.
If Vinny had the ball go through him, and he's kind of stayed down the position thinking, oh, there's a base hit, and then looked up, there's a shortstop. He was right behind the bag. Played perfectly.
So 2 outs for Jorge Cantu. Slider down and away. Hit hard. Pennington reaches for it, cannot quite get it. Cantu with his 3rd hit.
Well, he got hot started yesterday and
Moreland
continues today for Jorge Cantu.
So 14 hits now for the Rangers in the game, and here's Mitch Moreland. Moreland has a 2-run homer. That was in the 3rd inning. Changeup. It drops down and away to Moreland. The Rangers have scored in every inning so far except the 5th.
Now this was the big one yesterday with the took Pennington 2-run home run to tie it. In the very next inning, a hanging slider for Michael Wirtz, and just over the 388 side left center. And that gave the Rangers a 4-3 lead, and that's all they needed to win the game and clinch the division. So it took him about 87 at bats, but he finally got his first ribby, first home run. Ribby earlier, and then the home run to win it.
So it took a while, but he's starting to pay dividends.
Well, this guy is the one who has picked it up. That's Moreland, who we saw first of all in Texas. And
it looks like a decent hitter.
Yes, he does.
Young man that was called up middle of the year. Of course, we don't see him every day, but at least against the A's, he's had a pretty nice swing. Pretty strong kid.
Well, that home run that he pulled to right field, and then his fastball taken away from him. Nicely done, going to the opposite field.
He'll take the broken back. So he's 2 for 4.
Sounded better when it was slow-mo, ultra-mo, because there's no sound effects.
Yeah, I was thinking, no, that's a line drive, but it
will be in the morning paper.
Major broken back.
In the morning paper and now in the computer, online.
Pretty good changeup by Mazzaro as Blanco swings over top. Couple of hits for Andres Blanco, subbing for Elvis Andrus. Close pitch. Blanco has not only singled twice, he has scored twice in the game. This one's popped up left field. Gabe Gross is back, and he's got it. Side retired, but a 2-run homer by David Murphy, so it's now Texas 9 and the A's 1. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Final home game of the 2010 season. A's trailing 9-1 to the Texas Rangers. Mark Ellis to lead it off. Colby Lewis, pretty good so far. This one is right over top of us. Ellis reaches for it, pokes it foul, so the count is 0-2. Ellis pop out in the first, and then in the third, he hit into a 6-4-3 double play. That's a base hit to right field. 0-2 pitch, and Mark Ellis stays with it, pokes it into right field. He has his first hit. Make sure you visit the A's page on csncalifornia.com to vote in today's poll. You make the call. Which team will win the AL West next season? For exclusive video, exclusive blogs, and much more, log on to csncalifornia.com. So Ellis is aboard, and that'll bring up Cust. Cust is 0 for 2. First pitch is low.
That hit by Mark Ellis for the fastball away, and it's a pitch just trying to maybe use a pitch to set up another one, and just showed you that Mark Ellis, you think opposite field, and especially in that situation, and all of a sudden you take a pitch that maybe is a little bit off the plate, looks good enough just to lay back, go to the opposite field. That's the way Mark is hit in this month of September. No doubt, Mark Ellis, definite presence on this club. He may not hit a lot of home runs, but just the way he plays the game, his leadership, veteran status. Yep, there he is. Human Hoover. Definitely is that.
Cust toward shallow right center. Bourbon gets in quickly. Well, Mark Ellis, talking about the month of September, he's now got 34 hits in 24 games.
And you know, talk about teams that play well in September. We talked about the Padres from last year and, of course, the Reds. But how about players? You know, maybe there's just a little something that Jim Scanlon figured out with Mark Ellis, made a slight adjustment. All of a sudden, this month of September could be a perfect way to carry over into the 2011 season. And, of course, we hope it's in the green and gold. Today, the wedding gown whites.
That's right. Hey, you know what? And, you know, maybe Mark's thinking, hey, let's make their decision difficult, right? I mean, I want to come back.
Yeah, but how about the two guys he tied with at 34, with Ichiro and Carl Crawford? A couple of guys that get a lot of infield hits, tremendous speed. I think Mark Ellis is not fast, but he does not get a lot of those infield hits that Ichiro and CC do.
Suzuki is 1 for 2. Kurt had a little 8-game hitting streak going that was stopped yesterday. Kurt was the DH and he went 0 for 4.
DH, huh?
And he went 0 for 4.
Kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Sometimes. Another foul ball. So Suzuki hanging in there, making Colby Lewis work as he's now throwing 94 pitches. Another one. This one down the left field line in the air. Sure, if you're Kurt Suzuki, you're probably thinking too, let's get to 250, right? I mean, that's a personal goal. Maybe not where he thought it would be, but batting average for Kurt right now at 246.
this one. Foul territory. And Davis got it in his glove and he dropped it. But a difficult play. He ran a long ways and he's looking back up over his shoulder. So you got two things working against you right there. And there's some sunshine as well.
Well, watch him, a little burst of speed there once he figured out where the ball was and reached up, had it in his glove. But it's tough to continue to run knowing you're approaching the warning track. See how he looked down just to see how close was to the railing. And realizing when he goes home, plays some range ballpark in Arlington, you just take a look and let it go foul.
Doesn't have to go.
One of these days, we'll be saying that with the A's. There's a foul ball that's 20 feet off the foul line. It's in the seats. Here,
remember when?
Here you got a long way to run. I think Shooty Babbitt made a very important statement on a pregame show, and he's talking about Mark Ellis and Kurt Suzuki, guys hitting in the spots in the batting order. I think Mark Ellis could be a good number 2 hitter. But when you're in the 3, 4, and 5, and I think from a catcher standpoint, you have the pressures of being a catcher and handling the pitching staff to be able to be hit down lower in the order and be both offense and defense probably takes a little bit of that pressure off the catcher. I mean, Kurt Suzuki has had some good years offensively, and the contract that he just recently signed is warranted. He's going to be here for a while, and we're glad of that. I think if the A's get maybe a power hitter or two that they want, then kind of move him down to where he's going to produce a lot more. More guys on base comes through with the hits. But just been one of those years with the lack of consistent offense that no doubt has hurt the club.
Yeah, if you hit 6th in a real good lineup, you're going to drive in a lot of runs.
That's right.
Oh, 2 to Kevin Kuzminoff, who has hit the ball hard twice. Got a double and a line out to center field. It's blocked by Taylor Teagard. Action in the bullpen for Texas. Lewis now up over 100 pitches, but the curveball's still working as he gets Kuzminoff swinging. 6 strikeouts for Colby Lewis. The A's strand a runner. 7th inning coming up. 9-1.
Authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Now the Rangers with a 9-1 lead over the A's. But on a day like today, when you're at the ballpark, how can you not enjoy your time at the yard?
Now playing shortstop, Steve Collison.
So some changes for the A's. That changes pretty much all over the board as we're going to get a whole new infield. Mark Ellis is going to trot off to a nice ovation.
Eric Sogard, placing number 14, Mark Ellis.
Yeah, that is outstanding. Very class. A lot of class, and let's hope that is not the last time he runs off the field in the green and gold and gets a standing ovation. Got a spring training change of the roster of the lineup today, Kipe, so take over.
No, I'm just going to watch them walk up to home plate and write their name in.
Now hitting. You know, Josh Hood downstairs is working hard.
He's got it under control. There's a strike to Taylor Teagard. Ben Mazzaro, this is his third inning of work. Gave up the 2-run homer to Murphy last inning. Mazzaro will get some extended work this afternoon. Well, it doesn't look like, as look at the scores, Ray. I don't think anybody can do the full clinch today, or anybody. A couple teams had an opportunity to, but I don't think anybody has. The Phillies in the National League,
number 29,
have a magic number of 2, but they lost. The Braves lost as well, so the Phillies' magic number will go down to 1, which means they're guaranteed a tie after Sunday. So the Phillies' magic number is at 1. The Cincinnati Reds coming into today have a magic number of 2, but the team behind them, the Cardinals, 1. Now Cincinnati is beating the Padres 6-2 in the 7th inning, so if they hang on to win that, their magic number would be 1. So still some teams to be added. The Giants beat the Rockies 4-2 behind Matt Cain. That was a rubber game of a big series, and Matt Cain pitched extremely well. In fact, he took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Off Mazzaro, Sogard cannot pick it up cleanly, and Bourbon will be out.
Now, the A's have a great fundraising program for nonprofit organizations. For select games, qualified groups, and charities can receive up to 50% of each ticket sold. Perfect for schools, churches, and youth sports teams. For more information on how to plan your 2011 fundraiser, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit oaklandathletics.com. It's always a great idea. You sell a bunch of tickets, take 50%. So just think if you sell 35,000 seats at maybe an average of $20 a pop.
Uh-huh.
And then you
Hold
get 50%.
on, let me get my calculator out. I can give you some exact numbers if you want.
Can you sell 35,000 seats? That would be standing room only here. That would be great.
No, you are the best salesman in this booth. There's no question about it.
Well,
look at all the food we got.
We appreciate throughout the season all the great food that has been sent up here.
Yeah, that's a good call. We don't want anybody to think we don't appreciate what they do. We talk about food a lot. Hey, you and I both like to eat. We have fun with it, but we do appreciate all the food that has been brought up. And on the road, people managing to get food to us, which, well, you know what? We appreciate it. We really do.
Well, I think the most impressive on the road, that is, had been last year when
Now batting,
Bill Bailey got some dibs
Yeah.
in Baltimore and brought him up. Andrew Bailey's father, mother, and then, of course, the Busy Bee Bakery when they sent their box of the month back to Minneapolis.
Right.
Of course, big Twins fans from Inverness, but the Busy Bee Bakery, and they sent some goodies, and we got to partake in a box as well, in addition to Bert Blyleven.
We were so excited. We saved the pie from Busy Bee Bakery for 3 days, kept it guarded, and we took it on a plane with us.
That's right. Nuked it and ate it.
Flight attendants looked at us like we were crazy. We said, "Could you warm this up, please?" Thank you. Iwamura is under it. He's got it. Side retired. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum, Texas 9, and the A's won. Central. It's tonight at 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and it's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Lots of baseball highlights from here and from the Giants game. Raiders and 49ers coverage. Tough afternoon for the Raiders, and full NFL coverage from Week 3. Dave Benz, Matt Morrison will host tonight's Sportsnet Central again. That's 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock at Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. So bottom of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Hermida, Gross, and Pennington for the Athletics. The new pitcher for the Texas Rangers, the lefty Michael Kirkman, takes over for Colby Lewis. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So the lefty Kirkman takes over. His first pitch to Hermida is outside. Hermida 0 for 2. That one bounced up the middle. So he hit the mound. A bare hand play by the shortstop Blanco. And he throws to Davis. And that was a very, very fine play by Blanco.
Wow. That hit off the pitcher. They're going to check him out, but check this play by Blanco. Barehanded the ball as he changed direction, going up the middle. Then there's Ron Washington, Mike Maddox, manager and pitching coach. And of course, pitcher said they got it on the right wrist. It's not my throwing arm. Leave me alone. I'm fine. Had him on the right wrist as he followed through, and hard hit ball, missed his glove, hit him the wrist, and popped straight up, and that's why he reacted the way he did, understandably so. Great play.
It was a great play. So 1 out for Gabe Gross. Gross a walk and a double today. He has scored the A's only run.
I had a great silent auction behind section 120 this afternoon. Wife Carol and the Stanford Cancer Research for Leukemia, Lymphoma, Multiple Malignant Myeloma raised over $5,000.
Congratulations.
So,
that's
outstanding.
Awesome.
Andrew Bailey autographed jersey, over $1,000. Put together a nice Dallas Braden autographed perfect game ticket in baseball, went for $800. So thanks to the many people who donated and purchased some nice items, but nice benefit.
That is nice.
Carol's first behind in section 120 and doing the auction with the Cancer Research. So it's a great day.
I bet she did a great job.
Of course she did. Is it finally time to crown the King? Bill King is among the nominees for the 2011 Ford C. Frick Award and needs your vote. The top 3 fan selections from votes tallied during September will appear on the final 10-name ballot for the award. You can vote now at facebook.com/baseball hall until September the 30th, which is Thursday. Please help get Bill into the hall. He definitely deserves it. And we miss Bill, for sure. But although he is not with us, he definitely needs to be at Cooperstown.
Yep. Gabe Gross with the leadoff walk. And I said Pennington in the order. This is Tollison, who's in the game for Pennington. Tollison fouls it straight back. Steve Tollison trying to show the A's that he could be a utility infielder next year.
Well, he swung the bat
he
well.
can play all 3 infield positions outside of first base.
Definitely swung the bat well. He's been given the opportunity. Matter of fact, his first hit was almost a home run at Rogers Center. We got a chance to see his father, Wayne Tollison. I think it was Arlington, Texas, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Nice to meet him. Very nice man, and his wife. And he takes the walk. So back-to-back walks here in the 7th inning. But you start thinking about the infield situation. Of course, the decision on whether Mark Ellis will come back, that will have a lot to do with different things. Adam Rosales. Hopefully he'll come back healthy and ready to go. But Pennington has shown that he can indeed be an everyday shortstop.
I was talking to Ron Washington about Cliff Pennington. Of course, saw him when he first came here, signed and working with him. And he said he's amazing. Just watching his arm and the way he's fielding this shortstop position and working with Mark Ellis, and Wash talking about how proud he is of Derek Barton, working with him and all these guys. There's no doubt remembered a lot of what Ron Washington taught them. I always thought the greatest statement by Ron Washington about Mark Ellis and some of the instincts of Ellie. The Wash said he's played in another place.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. Because he does so many things so naturally. And I think in the case of Mark Ellis, he's gotten better with age. And, of course, all that taught by the man, Ron Washington. 11 years working with the Athletics and third base coach, infield coach, and, man, did he work hard, as he is doing right now with the Rangers.
Davis bounces one. Davis has it. They get the out at second. So Rajay Davis will be aboard on the fielder's choice. The A's will have first and third, 2 outs.
Now batting, first baseman, number 19, Jeff Larish.
So Jeff Larish will get his first at bat. Larish came in the game last inning. So he's hitting in Barton's spot. Couple of home runs for Larish. Jay Davis will take off. He'll go to second. It'll be indifference. It is not a stolen base. Kirkman gets a strike on the inside corner. Eric Sogard would hit next if Larish can get aboard.
Did you just look down and see him? Yeah. that's great.
He is.
I didn't put them all down either way. It's kind of what we do in spring training, the same way. When
Just
they go
do it one at a time.
In mass, yes. It does look like that Bob Guerin put them straight up in the position where they go in a second. In the case of Markell, Sogard hits in that spot, which is always good. Cleans up the score hard enough.
According to our fine stat man Andy, indeed was straight up. He called downstairs.
Oh, he's got power.
He's good.
Connections.
Exactly. And now we know. Two and two to Larish. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball. So the A's strand a pair, and we have played 7 innings from the Coliseum. It's 9-1 Rangers. California would be the first of 3, the A's and the Angels from Anaheim. Brett Anderson and Irvin Santana is your pitching matchup. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with A's pregame live. The home of A's baseball is Comcast Sportsnet, California. So Anderson and Santana tomorrow night from the Big A. Anderson 6-6 and Irvin Santana 17-9. Francoeur, a cue shot. And he's got a base hit to right field. Jeff Francoeur is 3 for 5. So that is 17 hits for the Rangers today.
Now batting, number 19, Chris Davis.
So Anderson and Santana in game 1. And then Tuesday, Dallas Braden and Danny Herron. We'll have that game for you. Night game, 7 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, Bobby Kramer and Joel Pinheiro, and that's a day game. That'll be a 12:35 first pitch for the Big A.
And well attended by many of Kramer's family and friends. He's already said a lot of tickets he's going to be leaving for all 3 games, not just the game he pitches on Wednesday. Which means when he gets his last paycheck, it'll probably be 0. Just have to learn to say no. Just say no. But storybook continues. Story continues for Bobby Kramer, and he's going to accommodate as many people as he can.
One and 2 to Chris Davis. So 3 in Anaheim and then 4 in Seattle to wrap up the season for the Athletics. Davis bounces one. On the dive is Larish. Throws to second for the out there. Good play by Jeff Larish. Took a base hit away from Davis. So that is out number 1. Davis now at first.
Well, in Ultramo, how about this play? That dive on the heel of the glove, but able to spread out, get up quickly to his right knee, grab the ball with a nice 4-seam grip, and did it perfectly. Wow, that's a good play.
First pitch to Cantu is outside. Cantu is 3 for 4. Coming in, Hermida, and he calls off Sogard for out number 2. So Cantu is retired. That game is a final now. The White Sox beat the Angels 4-3. So the Angels get swept at home by the White Sox. The Angels have lost 4 in a row. They're now 75 and 80.
Well, they came back on Wednesday against the Athletics and won that game in the 9th inning. Went down to Anaheim and continued the very good play on the West Coast. Of course, they're out of it. The Twins clinched. And I'd say they're pretty close to having second place locked up, although just 3 games ahead of the Tigers.
Be interesting to see what the Angels do this offseason, and I'm sure we'll talk a lot about that in the next 3 days. Certainly a disappointing year. Doesn't help to lose Kendry Morales, obviously, but they were clearly not the same team, just as far as different ways to beat you we've seen in the past. A looper down the left field line, but foul. And maybe that's where losing Figgins maybe hurt them some.
Well, they lost a lot of guys, and there's no doubt. But the Kendry Morales, I think what Bobby Abreu and Torrey Hunter, a couple of veterans of the club, said that they just did not play up to what they should have played, the way they should have played. And after the loss of Morales, I mean, he is one guy, but still a lot of veterans on the club.
Yeah, Bobby Abreu's numbers down this year.
Between Asturias and Ibar, they've got the speed. Mathis was out quite a long time, the catcher. He was doing most of the catching. Mike Napoli had to play a lot of first base.
I think, just my baseball opinion, Ray, but a lot of people are saying that they'll make a big run at Carl Crawford, which is possible. But I think they need to take care of their third base position, because that is a major hole for them this year. Rajay Davis has it. Side retired. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 9-1 Texas. Here's our McDonald's game summary. 9-17-0 for Texas. 1-6-1 for the Athletics. So as we head to the bottom of the 8th, it's the Rangers in that 9-1 lead. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Another lefty comes out of the bullpen, Matt Harrison. Harrison has made 6 starts for the Rangers. So he'll face Sogard to lead it off, and then Cust. Sogard takes up and away. Sogard 2 for 6 on the season. That is a fair ball right down the third base line. Sogard, a big turn, but Murphy he's been playing over on the line pretty much the whole series when he's over there.
Especially against lefties, and much different than what Nelson Cruz did yesterday. But Sogard, once again, showing his ability to make contact, protect with a couple of strikes, and get the job done. It was interesting talking to Landon Powell, who had spent some time at AAA this year, was around some of these guys, and Sogard and Tollison, and talking about the way they could play. And very impressed with the young guys at AAA. Of course, they're all here now in September, and fortunately, Landon Powell is back and has been here since the Jake Fox trade.
Davis spins, fires to second, and they get the out there. Well, there's a reason why Sacramento wins a championship every year. So there has to be some talent down there.
Absolutely. Well, with the big lead, gutsy play, but he got it done. Getting the lead runner. I always try to do that to keep the double play in order.
So here's Landon Powell. Kurt Suzuki went 1 for 3 on the day. Talked about that Mark Teixeira trade where the Texas Rangers acquired Elvis Andrus, their starting shortstop, who was an all-star, Neftali Feliz, who was an all-star. They also acquired the lefty on the mound, Matt Harrison. It was 4 players they acquired.
That's when you have that marquee player that somebody thinks that can help get them into October and beyond. They're willing to give up the young players, and that's where the scouting department comes in. Scout the young players. Talking about gentleman Lamakia who just passed away, who scouted Andre Ether as a AA player. It might not all work out, but boy, those that do, all the credit to the guys that are out scouting it.
Rangers get the out at second, and they get the out at first. And that's a double play. No, it's not. They're going to say that the second baseman, Herman, was off the bag. So Cust will be aboard at second. Powell is retired.
Well, you have to wonder why. Unless he's a little bit concerned about Jack Cust sliding in, because bottom line, he had all the time in the world. I mean, that's in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, so a couple of times we've seen it not called. Herman thought it stayed at least close enough to the bag, but all of a sudden now the second base umpires are getting a little bit more critical on staying close to the bag.
Outside to Akinori Iwamura. Well, it looked like Herman, obviously his left leg, his front leg, that came way off, but he tried to touch it with his back leg, and I think he missed that time as well. So 2-0 to Iwamura. Cust at second. And on 4 pitches, Iwamura walks. And Hermita's going to get pitch hit for, because it'll be Matt Carson coming in.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics, batting for Hermita, number 25, Matt Carson.
So the A's will get a right-handed bat in there against the lefty. So Hermita 0 for 3. Carson with a good swing at a first pitch fastball right back to the screen. A couple of hits in the series for Carson, a couple of RBIs. Nice block by Teagard. That one bounced way out in front of home plate. All the games in the American League are final, except for that Red Sox-Yankees game, which is the national game tonight. Just a couple of West Coast games in the National League. The Reds now a 10-2 lead over the Padres in the 8th. Dodgers over the Diamondbacks 2-1 in the 8th. Everything else is in the books.
The Giants a 4-2 road trip.
Probably what they had hoped for, realistically. I think winning 2 out of 3 at Coors Field, which can be a nightmare for anybody, and it has been for them at times.
And they win the 2 games 2-1 and 4-2. So it's not like they were blowouts like the 10-9 affair last night.
Carson with the walk, so bases are loaded, and Gabe Gross is going to hit.
Well, the double play that wasn't turned, probably one of the easiest double plays that should have been turned. That was not. Now Gabe Gross being called back. No, he's at the plate. I saw Tollison walking up slowly and thought maybe at the lefty that like Armida he was going to be called back. But Gabe Gross can handle lefties, at least better against them. He's just excited. He's anxious. He went to the plate. He said, I want to get here fast.
Get out of there. So if the manager calls you back, act like you can't hear him.
Number 18.
Ty Waller trying to get the attention of somebody in the bullpen. Automatic said, the phone's not working. What are you talking about? I can't understand your sign language.
First pitch to Gabe Gross is right around the belt for a strike. Castillo, O'Meara, and Carson are your runners.
The dinger. There's Monty Moore and the big dinger.
Base hit right through you. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score, and Gabe Gross comes through. 2 out, 2-run single. 9-3.
Gabe Gross, who did not play a lot at the beginning of the season because of lefties or against lefties, stays into this game and finds the hole between first and second. Mike Gallego, line of action on that one, easily sending the runner. Akinori Iwamura.
So here's Steve Tollison getting his second at bat. Takes a strike as Gabe Gross goes to second on defensive indifference. Foul ball and a check swing from Tollison. So 2 hits, 2 walks, and the mistake by the second baseman Herman. Help the A's get their 2 runs here in the 8th. Oh, 2 pitch. Change up, and Tollison cues it, foul. Another changeup and another cue shot by Tollison.
It's the case of a pitcher with a big lead says, I'm not just going to throw you a fastball on my ERA.
Yeah.
He's already.
He's thinking about it.
Got a couple of earnings in this inning that should have been back in the dugout 5 minutes ago.
Tollison, another foul ball. Well, Harrison has thrown 26 pitches. And in reality, he probably should have thrown about 12.
Well, he's thrown 15 since the double play that should have been turned.
There you go. Tollison deep to left field. Murphy going back. Goal! 9-6. First Major League home run for Steve Tollison, and it's a 3-run shot.
And you realize how long it's been since the A's hit a 3-run home run?
How long?
Well, another shot right there just shows Tollison fouled off through with a couple of strikes. Ultramo out in front. And someplace, Wayne Tollison is screaming. His son just hit his first Major League home run. July the 18th, last 3-run home run.
Perfect. 9-6. A's are back in it. And the A's have scored 5 times here in the 8th inning. That is the gentleman that has the baseball. The first Major League home run for Steve Tollison. And there's a liner, fair ball down the right field line by Rajai Davis. Into the corner, and Davis with the double. So the big comeback continues.
And we don't know what's going to happen in this comeback, but it's exciting. Fans getting very excited. Ron Washington might have to go to Neftali Feliz. Or not.
No, he's going back to the bullpen. He's not messing around. So Stroke, the right-hander, throws one pitch. And Ron Washington's coming out.
All because of a double play that wasn't turned. Remember that?
I remember that. We'll be back 9-6.
Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. More people say yes to Toyota than any other brand in California. Learn why at your Toyota dealer today. By Xfinity, TV, phone, and internet. Reinvented. And by Chevy, with a full lineup of award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Well, Steve Tollefson has closed the gap with the 3-run homer. It's 9-6 now. The A's have scored 5, and Rajai Davis is at second base. Third pitcher in the inning for the Texas Rangers. This is Clay Rapata, the left-hander. So we have a pinch hitter. It's Josh Donaldson pinch hitting.
Pulling out all the stops. The lineup card we saw a couple of days ago that the last 6 players, actually on Wednesday, last 5 in the lineup, 11 players used. So the A's making a strong bid in this 8th inning, all with 2 outs. Landon Powell grounded out.
That was the play.
Third batter,
double play.
5-4-3 was the put out, but the part at 4 was Herman, according to the second base umpire Brian Knight, said he was not on the bag or not a Mr. Rogers neighborhood enough, and it was called safe.
Little pop up. Out is Herman, and he can't get it. It falls. Davis comes in to score. It's 9-7. So Donaldson with an RBI hit, knocks in a run.
Well, just hit softly enough. And ultra low, watch where the hit is on the handle. Release the top hand. Rajai Davis with 2 outs, running on contact. Esteban Herman said, I got to make this play. He dove for the ball, 5 feet from him, but realizing that his foot wasn't on the bag at second, started this mess. The A's trying to capitalize.
Here's Sogard. Sogard got the inning started with a base hit. So he is the 10th man to bat in the inning. 6 straight A's have reached base, and the A's have scored 6 times.
And all of a sudden now there's no indifference.
No indifference? You're right. Good call.
I mean, those things happen, and I always thought, I mean, granted, you don't want to give up the area around first base, for example, and play the guy off, but sometimes it's better. I don't care if you have an 8-run lead. Hold the guy. Maybe. Because how many times you see the indifference, and all of a sudden now it becomes a 2-run game, 1 swing of the bat, it's tied.
And the count now is 3-0 to Sogard. Cust in the on-deck circle.
And if it gets to Jack Cust, it was Rapata who got Jack on Friday night.
And on 4 pitches, Sogard walks. That's the 3rd walk in the inning. The first 2 have scored.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 32.
So Donaldson to second, Sogard to first, and here's Cust.
Well, all of a sudden, smartest man in baseball, Sporting News, top 20, Craig Breslow, sitting down there, thinking about molecular science. Get out!
It's only the 8th inning.
It's the 8th inning, and, you know, maybe there's a save on the line if Jack Cust can get in the way. Brad Ziegler was going to warm him up, but Kurt Suzuki, who was out of the game, went down, and Josh Donaldson now in the game. So Kurt Suzuki, although out of the game, down to warm up the pitcher.
There's a strike to Cust on the first pitch from Rapata. outside with a slider. Five hits and 3 walks so far. And that's a strike. That slider looked like about the same pitch as the one before that. It's called a strike this time. 1-2.
Well, he said this one evidently caught the plate, did not come around the plate, although catcher had to reach back. Jack didn't like the call.
1-2 pitch. Custom lays off as the pitch sweeps outside. 2-2. Now a full count, so that'll get the runners going. Donaldson and Sogard. That'll help. You hit a gapper, and this game is tied. The 3-2 pitch is bounced fair to the first baseman, Davis. Right over the bag, steps on the bag, side retired. A's score 6. 6 times, 3 of them coming on Steve Tollison's first Major League home run. To the 9th inning, 9-7 Rangers.
How about this 0-2 fastball? A patented Mark Ellis hit. 0-2 fastball outside corner, shoots it to right field, and then the next inning took his position at second base and replaced by Eric Sogard. So Mark Ellis, a jeep drive of the game, and Ellie, the ultimate class person, great player, and of course staying on the bench, watching. He hopes a comeback where the A's can score and win this game. But he has always been a person of class.
Henry Rodriguez, the new pitcher for the Athletics. Matt Carson stays in the game. He's in right field. Josh Donaldson is now the first baseman. Pitcher, of course, the hard-throwing Henry Rodriguez. When it's time for a change, think speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
And the best thing Henry Rodriguez can do is get back in the dugout as quickly as possible with a 1-2-3 inning.
Make it clean.
Make it clean and keep the momentum on the A's side, and maybe have a tremendous 9th inning and walk away with a win.
And the only 2 regulars still in the lineup for the A's. 3 if you count Jack Cuss to the DH, but Gross in left, Davis in center. One to Andres Blanco, who has 2 of the Rangers' 17 hits today. He'll be followed by Taylor Teagard. And 3-1 pitch outside, a leadoff walk. Vid Mazzaro goes 4 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So 4 innings of work for Mazzaro out of the bullpen. 1 attempt, it's popped up and it's fouled. So we get our itinerary for every road trip, right, Ray? It's well put together by Mickey Morabito, director of team travel, and says what time the bus leaves, and everything's on there for each day. And then at the bottom it says, tell you what it says in a minute. Donaldson can't pick it up. He reached down for it and could not pick it up clean. So it's a sacrifice and an E3. Sacrifice E3. So on the bottom it always says our next home game, and then it says next road trip we would depart on. Right. So you got to just check ahead to see exactly when we're leaving.
Question is, are you going to be on the next trip?
I am not going to be on the next trip. But since it's our last road trip, it's great. Mickey on the bottom puts next home game. That is foul. Next, no, it's fair. And Powell picked it up right at the last minute, and everybody's safe. It was foul, it looked like, for just a second, and then it rolled fair, and Landon picked it up, but he had no chance at that point.
Yeah, he was waiting for it. All he had to do was see the spin, and it was going to take it back into fair territory. So a walk, sack, E3, sack. That's great shot. It's not going to go. Forget it. Best thing Landon could have done was continue to let it roll just to see if it would, because it's not going to throw out a ball.
So the bases are loaded, nobody out for Vermont. First pitch is inside. So at the bottom it says next game February 28th at Mesa, I think is what it says. And it says what time the bus departs from Phoenix Municipal Stadium.
11 a.m.
So that means the season is coming to an end. A little flare over right, down the line, fair. 1-run scores. And Esteban Herman, I think he may have got chalk with that one. And it's a base hit and a run scored.
Well, he's breathing a little bit easier. He made the play that helped the A's score 6, and then jammed on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Blink, and there's the chalk.
No, bases still loaded with nobody out for Murphy. Outside Murphy. So obviously Bourbon, the bunt play was a hit.
Base hit.
And we see Herman's a hit. So 19 hits now for Texas. David Murphy is 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Hit his 12th home run of the year in the 6th inning, a 2-run shot. Three and 0. Well, this inning has potential to get ugly if Henry Rodriguez does not start throwing strikes. Outside, and he walked in a run. Teagarden will trot home to score. It's 11-7. So Bob Guerin is coming out, and he is going to go to the bullpen. So Henry Rodriguez does not get anybody out. Takes over a heap of trouble. The bases loaded, nobody out, and 2 runs already in. So Wolf facing Francoeur, infield in. First pitch to Francoeur is a strike on the outside corner. 2 walks, 2 singles, and an error so far. Francoeur is 3 for 5 in the game. A homer and 2 RBIs. Oh-2 pitch, bounce right up the middle into center field, and that's a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs will score, and it's 13-7. So Francoeur, give him credit, 0-2, he just shortened up and hit it right back up the middle.
Well, that's a veteran player, and that's what Ron Washington saw in Francoeur when they picked him up. And probably went out of the strike zone. And when you shorten up, you can make contact on a pitch that might be out of the strike zone, but close enough, maybe too close to take. So a lot of fans very excited when the A's scored 6 last inning, but Rangers have added 4 in this half.
Davis.
Fortunately, a whole bunch of these are earned except for the one, at least in this inning.
And this is exactly the opposite of what you asked for. You asked for a clean inning.
Oh, yeah, a quick, clean inning.
This is not a clean inning.
It's called ugly.
20 hits ties a season high for the Rangers this year. Chris Davis does not have one of those hits. He is 0 for 5. And he knows it.
He's going to play with a .355 earned run average. Leading the American League, Minnesota second at .382, 3.82. So it'll take an awful lot considering.
They're still all right.
Yeah.
This is not helping.
The opponent's batting average, 243 for the A's starting today, and the Twins 266. They're second, but actually there's Rangers at 245. And you've had a good year, and that's why you like to finish strong, as if you're playing for a division championship, and lay out the schedule that way.
One and two to Chris Davis, and he swings and misses. So Chris Davis 0 for 6 on a day when the Rangers have 20 hits.
Now batting, number 8, Jorge.
Well, out of strike zone, a good changeup thrown by Ross Wolf. He has an excellent changeup. Does not have the velocity of Rich Harden's, but it is a good one, straight down.
Bring up Jorge Cantu, who takes inside. Cantu has 3 hits.
You know who had to be a little bit nervous, I think? With an 8-run lead, starting pitcher Kobe Lewis. Trying to beat the A's for the first time this year. And trying to pull within 1 game of evening his record in the season. You can see the A's score 6. With one swing of the bat.
And the go-ahead run at home plate.
Yeah.
Cantu, shallow right field. Carson is there. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. So Mitch Moreland will hit.
Now batting, number 18, Mitch Moreland.
Moreland is 2 for 5. 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. So 4 runs for the Rangers here in the top of the 9th. Fortunately, Henry Rodriguez's ERA is the one that's going to take a little bit of a beating. There was an error involved in this 9th inning.
But the one thing that you just score 6 runs and you get a leadoff walk next inning.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of sets an ugly tone for what could develop, and the A's have seen it.
Baseball rolling out on the field. Now, where it's coming from, I do not know, because there's nobody warming up in either bullpen. It rolled out shallow left field.
Well, I see a security guard down behind the third base dugout and just found the person and escorting him, rightfully so. You do not want to throw anything onto the field. And if you're booing anybody, folks, I hope you're booing the person who threw the item, the baseball.
Doesn't make much sense to me.
It doesn't.
Down the right field line toward the corner. Carson into the corner, and that one's gone. A 3-run homer for Mitch Moreland. 16-7.
And he came in with 5 home runs and 18 runs batted in. He has 7 and 23. That's a 3-run home run.
Number 3, Andres Blanco.
So Moreland, a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer today. And my count says 4 home runs by Texas today. And there's a base hit to right field by Andres Blanco. Blanco started this inning with a walk.
Now batting, number 2.
So this is officially a nightmare inning.
Well, a game in which starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics, 17-game winner, Trevor Cahill. And here we are in the 9th inning. The A's trailing 16-7. 22 hits by the Rangers. And a 6-run inning for the Athletics.
Cahill's the hardest guy to hit in the league.
Exactly.
Seven runs on 5 hits in this inning. Taylor Teagard, a couple of hits. Well, the Rangers couldn't have stayed out too late last night, huh? Celebrating their division title, their first in 11 years. They've scored 16 runs today.
Well, that's called playing relaxed baseball. No tightness, no nervousness. It's just plain. It's like spring training, you know?
Two and two to Teagard. Dribble fouls. So this may be the ultimate non-shutdown inning. Would you agree with me? I hate to make light of it.
Wow, that's good.
We've talked a lot about the shutdown inning this year. We have a
observant.
graphic on it, and it's an important part of each game. What do you do in the half inning after your team scores a run or multiple runs?
Have the defense stay on the field for a half hour.
Score 6, give up 7. Three-two pitch is popped up, foul territory. And Donaldson near the mound cannot make the catch, and he goes down. And Josh Donaldson, a long ways to run, and then you got to navigate the mound. And
what do you expect for a catcher? Come
came
on.
into play a little bit.
It's a catcher. Derek Barton was a catcher, a good catcher, and might win a Gold Glove as a first baseman. Oh, here's what Derek Barton won't do, though. Watch this. Oops, that's the mound. Cliff is going to have one last uniform to really clean up. Josh Donaldson.
Hit the bleach out. Huh?
Warning track dirt.
Another 3-2 to Teagard, and he rolls this one to Iwamura, who throws high, and Donaldson tried to get the tag. It looked like maybe he did, but he's called safe. Teagard called safe by Greg Gibson.
Got Iwamura throwing the ball on the run and got under it and too much on it, and Josh Donaldson, fortunately,
he's out.
Yeah, he was out. Like Greg Gibson might have been blocked by Donaldson, but a great play going up, and he tagged him before he put the foot down on the bag.
He's looking right at it. I'm not sure what he's looking at.
Gibson has no place to go.
Well, Donaldson is standing right next to Gibson, and they're talking about it.
Now batting.
Well, you know,
29,
Greg Gibson is always right. All you have to just look at him, and he'll tell you he's always right.
Well, he's not right.
Well, I know he's not, but he thinks he is.
And there's a liner. Donaldson reaches up and grabs it. Side retired. A 7 spot for the Rangers as we go to the bottom of the ninth. the Athletics as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Landon Powell's going to lead it off. A's post-game live coming up immediately following the ball game. Henry Wolford, Shooty Babbitt are going to break it down. First pitch to Powell is popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Powell, Iwamura, and Carson. Scheduled 3 hitters here in the bottom of the 9th. Again, make sure you join us tomorrow night from Anaheim for the first of that 3-game set. A's and the Angels. Brett Anderson, Irvin Santana.
Well, we all know what's going to happen following today's game. The A's will be traveling to Anaheim for the final 7 games. But for Clay Wood and the crew here at the Coliseum, will start tearing down and converting it to football for the last time in 2010. What are the Raiders doing today?
Raiders are in a battle, down by 1 to the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, this field will be back in football form. Will play next Sunday? I don't know what their home schedule is like, but we do know this is a final baseball game of the 2010 season, so there will be no more of converting back and forth.
Clay was talking about that the other day. Of course, you have to lay the grass down over the dirt.
Take the mound out for good, and you're right. Bring the center bleachers in center field where that patch. That's right. That's how we feel right there. Exactly. Nice shot, Tommy. Tommy Adzer, award winner, and found that side. Looking forward to 2011. 100%.
Landon Powell grounds out 6-3.
Now batting.
So here's Iwamura.
Number 1, Aki Iwamura.
So Iwamura hits. He walked and scored in that 8th inning when the A's scored 6 times.
I think Sam Holbrook said enough is enough.
Yeah, he may.
Strikes a little bit wide.
He may have called uncle. Can't hardly blame him.
Yeah.
This one to the right side. Vermon to his right. Throws. 2 outs.
4-3 on the putout.
So Matt Carson, last hope for the Athletics.
Now batting, right fielder, number 25, Matt
Carson. Pinch hit for Hermida in that 8th inning, and he walked. Ended up scoring.
Well, I like the enthusiasm of Dick Callahan, the public address announcer, right down to the wire. Dick has done a very good job. Diamond Vision, David Don, Troy Smith, and their great crew at the Coliseum, always outstanding.
Carson hits it deep to center, and that baby is gone. Carson straightaway center field. Bourbon just turned around and watched it go.
The thing about Matt Carson, he loves left-handers. Put him in against a lefty, and he's going to do some damage. And Rapata got the damage done. What a great swing by the powerful Matt Carson. That was a poke way high.
So home run number 4 for Carson. Good extension. That's a power swing right there, boy.
Yep. Zito, Vargas, Chen, and now Rapata.
So Gabe Gross steps in. Gross had a big hit in the 8th inning. 2-run single. He is 2 for 2 with 2 walks. He scored twice and driven in 2. So Gabe Gross has filled up the stat sheet today.
Well, the drummers just never give up, do they?
Awesome.
Let's go Oakland.
3-1 to Gabe Gross. Hanging in there. Hey, it's the last home game of the year. What are you going to leave early?
Yeah, 26th out. But Gabe Gross keeps it going.
That's 7 walks issued by the Rangers, 6 of them by their relievers. Alexi Ogando starts to throw.
Now, A's throughout the season have been very, very efficient. Playing quick games, 220, 230. And all of a sudden now, 3+, 3+, 3+. 314 yesterday, 303 on Friday. Actually, a shocker, Dallas Braden on Friday or Thursday at 222. He has always done that. He and Cliff Lee working very quickly.
So Tollison will hit. Pitch is low as Gross goes to second. When was the last time there was 3 defensive indifference calls in a baseball? I think there's been 3, at least 3 today.
2 last inning, 1 this inning. 2 of them scored.
Tollison with a 3-run homer in the 8th inning. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Tollison saw that breaking ball right away, and he had a good swing at it. Fouled it back, so the count is 1-2.
Well, I guess if there's any good news today, the fact that the A's have scored 8, all with 2 outs. All right. 8 with 2 outs. Started with Rajay Davis single in the 5th, the 6th last inning, and Matt Carson with 2 outs in this inning.
So 2-2 with Gross at second. And that pitch is inside, and it's a full count.
Mr. Rapata is thinking, if I don't throw a strike and get it out here, Mr. Washington's going to come out and take me out of the game. That's going to be embarrassing with an 8-run lead in the 9th inning.
3-2 pitch is inside. He walked it. So back-to-back walks after the home run, and Ron Washington is going to make the move. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and Spog experts. 2 on. 16-8. Ogando will face Rajay Davis. Very good season for Alexi Ogando. First pitch is low.
As Delaire said, if the shadows get out to the pitcher's mound, in trouble.
Well, that's true.
Although, if that happens, A's will have tied the game.
2-0 to Rajay Davis.
See, these Rangers pitchers are trying so hard because they know with this big lead, you just have to throw strikes, proving that it's not as easy as you think.
And that one is a strike on the outside corner. Didn't have to be. Line drive center field. That's a base hit. Gross will come in to score. And the A's will just not quit. It's Rajay Davis with an RBI single. So Davis with his 4th hit in the game.
And we just continue to see those ultramos with Rajay Davis really going after the ball down and away.
No, here is Josh Donaldson. Donaldson with an RBI hit in the 8th inning. It's a strike. Breaking ball is low. So 1-2 the count. Tollison and Davis the runners, and the pitch is on the ground to the shortstop. Blanco spins around, throws to first, and that's the ball game. So the A's score a couple times in the 9th inning, but come up well short as the Rangers win it 16-9, and the Rangers win the season series 10-9 over the Athletics. So a wild one to finish out the home schedule for the A's, as now they will hit the road for the final 7 games of this 2010 season. So the team comes out onto the field. Very classy move by the players as they salute the great fans here in Oakland. A nice crowd today, over 21,000. So that is how the home schedule wraps up, and the A's finish with a home record of 47-34.
Well, it's nice seeing the guys, a whole bunch of guys taken out of the lineup. All stayed on the bench to cheer on the players in their attempted comeback. And a very, very good 8th inning, scoring 6. Last 2 innings took about an hour and a half.
Yes, it did.
And that play at second base that was not called a double play continued the inning for the Athletics. They scored 6 after that play. And so a good battle right down to the end. So all the fans gathering around down behind the third base dugout, the A's dugout. And a nice ovation for the fans, or for the fans and the players, actually.
And you know what, Ray? Let's give the fans credit. They are great fans. There are nights when there's not as many here as we would like, certainly, but they come out, they cheer hard, and they are very, very loyal to the Oakland A's, and they deserve a lot of credit for that.
Those fans down by the dugout in the tunnel leading up to the clubhouse, of course, get the handshakes from the players as they head up into the clubhouse and pack up for the final time. Some who will not be back. Some of those guys will go to Anaheim and Seattle and fly out of their home. And when they pack up, There's some who will be saying out of the Coliseum, and Gus down by the clubhouse, and that's it. They may never come back to the Coliseum. But and all the Seagulls, look at them, just waiting up there for everybody to get out of here.
Packed up our office as well for another season.
Right.
But good home season. We have a lot of fun up here in the booth, and we have a lot of fun all over, and we have a lot of fun eating dibs. So it's a good season at home, and the A's will finish it up on the road, but kind of an ugly game at times this afternoon. You know, when Trevor Cahill, one of the best pitchers in the American League, gives up, 12 hits in 4 innings, you know it has a chance to be a rough day, and that was the case today.
Absolutely. Everything was up, and, he'll rebound. He gets one more start, but before we go, it will be our last game here. But a big thank you to all the crew. We'll see the guys down in the truck on the road, but for all the camera people and people in the booth all throughout the Coliseum, thanks for all your hard work and support of the A's on Comcast Sportsnet California. It's been a lot of fun, and we look forward to 2011 on that Friday night, April the 5th. First. I think we're starting early this year.
Perfect.
But it'll be fun right back here. But thanks, everybody.
And it is well known around baseball that the best TV crews are right here in the Bay Area, and we do indeed appreciate that. The final score this afternoon from the Coliseum on the final home game of the season, 16-9. The Rangers win it. Don't go away. A's Postgame Live with Henry and Schutte is ready, set to go from the field.